Typically, just a nice little, pose, sometimes putting your leg out to the side so they can see your glutes. Now make sure you're practicing these, because if it's not flattering, you don't want to do it. You want to pick stuff that is flattering to you, that shows off your best attributes, not just because, Sally did this, so I'm going to do the same thing, where she might have great glutes and you might have none, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so then you're done on this side. The key thing is to take your time. Hold your poses. Don't be rushing through and moving a lot. Just be really calm, poised, and collected. Take your time to scan the judges. Looking at all of them, smiling. Looking out in the crowd for a second. Relaxing, and then going over. And it's key that you lead with the leg that's towards the edge of the stage. So your edge of the stage is here, and you want to lead. You want to take your first next step with that lead leg. Okay, so you're here on this side. You're going to go over to the right side of the stage for your T-walk. So lead with this leg, and then walk. And the entire time, you want to have your body somewhat twisted towards the judges. Now, don't overdo this, and don't do weird things with your hips to compensate for this. Okay, you still want to walk normally, but you want to just turn your body just slightly so that you are facing. You don't want to be just walking like this. Okay, you're not walking just directly there. You're showing to the stage. So start with that leg, walk forward. Make sure you're smiling, and then same thing here. You're not playing to the audience over here, you're playing to the judges who are over here. So you'll want to take a nice little turn around, and you can add your pose into that too. So you're on the left side of the stage, you're doing your little posing. Let me back up here so make sure you can see me. And then you'll do your little posing there. Come back to the middle of the stage. Do another round of posing, and always finish with a front pose, and then turn around and go back. So you're going back to the back of the stage, and when you're here, I would recommend taking a nice little pause, like maybe waving goodbye, smiling, and then exiting the stage. Okay? So just hog the stage while you're up there. You're up there to present your body. You've been working for months and months and months to get to this point. Take your time up on stage, enjoy it, and most likely they'll be playing some nice music, so it'll make it a little bit easier. But when you're up there, your brain is going to be rushing, you're going to be nervous, and you're going to be moving way faster than you think you are. So just really think, slow down. Okay, so that's the basics of just a little bit of posing for you. Now after you do your individual posing, you'll be lined up with the group. So everybody will do their individual, the whole group will come back up. Now it's important to stake your claim to your position, okay? You don't want to end up too close to the girl next to you. You don't want to end up too far away either. So make sure you're paying attention to where everybody's lining up. Make sure that you're, symmetrical distance between both of the girls on either side of you. Make sure that you have your front pose down, and that you're doing it when you're standing there. Unless they say that you can relax, that's the only time you're allowed to relax. You want to be in your front pose the whole time you're up there. So you're going to have to practice doing it for, I would say, sometimes you end up doing that front pose for upwards of 10 minutes, all together as you're doing the rounds, okay? So make sure that you have a good, comfortable way to do it, that where you're not going to exhaust yourself from it. So you're doing your front pose, and then they'll say, ladies, turn to your right. And that means what you want to do with your feet is you just want to move just your right foot, take it behind you, and kind of turn it to perpendicular, and then just turn on that foot so that you're not moving your feet all over the place. We want it nice and smooth as possible. So step behind you and turn, and then get in your side pose, whether it be like this or like this. Now remember, you're looking this way, and then they'll ask you to look this way if you're not doing it, and you don't want to be the one that's not doing it. And make sure you're looking sort of down. You don't want to be like this. Now they're looking at also your chest development here. This is where you can see if they actually have a chest muscle. A lot of women don't lift with their chest for some reason. So you need to, you know, if you have it, you show it. Same thing with here. You can kind of show that it's there, okay? Now this pose is kind of more like of a scoop. If you're in the NPC, you're going to be kind of scooping and forward, okay? You want it forward enough so that your arms aren't making your waist look fat, because if you're too close in, this arm adds to your waist and they just think you have a big belly. So you want to make sure it's out far enough, okay? And then the quarter turn, this is where you move your hair. Next wide back pose, and quarter turn again, and forward. Make sure, you know, another thing you can do is kind of go down so you can engage your glutes, so your glute it engages, and you can just engage this glute and then just forget about your left one if you want to. And so then like this. Make sure your hands are important, you know, to stay relaxed and pretty. Sometimes just pointing is a good way to do that. Cupping is another way to do it. Okay? And then back together again. Now, on me, I don't have any hips, so I turn my toes out slightly. My feet are like this, just slightly. And then that way, it makes me rotate, it makes my quads look bigger, it makes me look like I have hips. Now, if you are extra hippie, then you don't want to do that. You want your feet straight because you want to be as skinny as possible here to match what's going on up here. I'm naturally bigger up here than I am down here, so I want to make that look bigger. So I rotate my feet out a little bit. I clench my glutes. I open up my hips so that my hips look bigger. So there's little tricks of the trade that you can do. Okay. So I'm going to take a little break here, and then I'm going to show you some of the individually posing stances and how to do them. And also I'm going to show you how to do the crisscrossy and cutting your strings on your bikini. So you can see the end of my string here. And also when you're gluing and how to wear this. Okay?